My most disliked video on this channel is titled Why You Should Not Buy the Casio F91W. I'm not surprised so many people didn't like it. Casio's F91W, probably their most beloved little affordable watch, and I love it too, but the context of that video was, if you only have $15 to spend on a Casio, don't buy the F91W because the lume is just terrible. Instead, get this one, the A168. This watch, gorgeous, fantastic electroluminescence. What I wasn't expecting though was how many comments saying that your Casio is fake. It wasn't that the watch was bad, it was that I was reviewing a counterfeit F91W. I wanted to figure out if that was true or not. So we're doing a direct comparison between two Casio F91Ws today. The original one that everyone said was fake, and a new one that I got directly from Casio USA. Authorized, like Casio. I'll pull up the receipt right now. So there is no two ways about it. At least one of these two watches is definitely real. So I have them here, and this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna use a rubber band to denote which is which. So if you don't want to know, if you want to play along and you want to see the direct comparison as the video goes along, and you want to find out at the end which one is the verified Casio, skip ahead to the time marker that I'll put right here. Okay, and if you don't want to skip to the time marker, I'll put it one more time. I'll tell you. So if you want to just know the whole time, I'm putting the rubber band on the original one I bought, the one that everyone says was fake. So rubber band equals alleged fake Casio for the rest of this video. We're going to look at the design, the colors, the materials, the specifications, the measurements, and then at the end, the most important test, at least the most important test for me, which is going to be a head-to-head lume battle, or at least a, luminator battle to see if the certified Casio is any different than the original. And hopefully by the end, we'll have a conclusion. So let's get to the table, get these two watches out, and see which watch is which. I'll only say that one more time because God, is it a tongue twister. All right, let's start at the beginning with the packaging. Virtually identical, except for this rubber band denoting which watch is which. If you skipped ahead and you're deciding to keep it a mystery, I'm proud of you. We'll find out at the end. Otherwise, you know which one is which. And the only difference in this packaging that I can find is the size. This one is just a little bit wider. Other than that, same barcodes with the model numbers, F91W-1CR. Peek in here, F-91W-CR. Opening them up, let's get these off. This was the rubber band one, so let's not forget which one is which. Give me 1 second. Lastly, before we start looking at the watches themselves, I want to point out that they both came with the same exact instruction manual. I will not go page by page, but I will promise you I did open them both up and scoured them for differences, and these two manuals are exactly the same. Ooh, warranty card. Missed. There you go. Okay, and here we are. Again, the rubber band watch on the left, the non-rubber band on the right. Otherwise, they look virtually identical. So let's look at it piece by piece. The bands, exactly the same design, has a little hash marks in here as it comes down, mild taper. Also up top, same exact design, has the little relief design in here, have signed Casio buckles. They both feel plastic, and you'll have to take my word on this, but both of these watch bands feel exactly the same. Let's check out the design. Other than the different times and dates, they are identical. Same exact colors, same exact writing, same exact modes, although let's double check. Alarm, stopwatch, set, and back to normal. Well, what about dimensions? Let's figure that out. By the naked eye, it looks like they're exactly the same, but this is a scientific discovery as I knock stuff off the side of my desk, so let's make sure. Diameter on the inside, so not on the buttons, but the inside, 32.7 millimeters for the non-rubber band. Looks like 32.7 millimeters for the rubber banded one. Well, what about thickness? 8.3 millimeters thick. Look at that, 8.3 millimeters thick. Looks like a 37.8. Oh, whoop, 37.8. So size identical. Looks identical. Band, texture, material, identical. Box and packaging, 100% identical. Let's check out the back. Casio stainless steel, water resistant, made in Thailand. And the rubber band one, Casio stainless steel, water resistant, made in Thailand, exactly the same. So are, by the way, the tiny markings on the back of these watches with the arrow and the numbers that I have absolutely no idea what they mean, but they are identical. I would think that maybe if one of these was a knockoff, the colors would be different, but as you can see, and as I'll be pulling in throughout this video, some other shots, you cannot tell a difference. Now, the one reason why I said don't buy the Casio F91W was, like I mentioned, because I was comparing it to its cousin. And the lume on the F91W was just terrible. So I said, listen, when it all comes down to it, get the one with the metal band, the much better lume, you'll be better off. So let's do a lume test. I think if anything would show the difference, it would be that. So hold on a second, I gotta cut like 100 lights off. Whoops. And there is the lume test. Wouldn't you say virtually identical once again? So my issue with the lume on the F91W is that it doesn't light up the entire watch. So let's do the rubber band one first by itself. You can see it only gets to the first numeral of the time when I press the illuminator. You can just kind of see the second. So it's 3 something according to this watch. Now here is the non-rubber band Casio. And again, we can't even get this one in focus. It's so faint. I think it's an 8 colon something, but the lume is just terrible. This light is inexcusable. I don't know what time it is. Why do you even bother putting this light on? Surprise, we're back on the other camera angle. So look, if I didn't know which one was the original and which one was a certified Casio, I would guess that the non-rubber band was a fake. Both of the luminescence tests were terrible, but this one was just the worst. You couldn't even tell the first numeral. Now, I did check the footage back, and you can see a little bit better on video, but to the naked eye, both of these watches just god-awful illuminator. So, I would put my money on this one if one of them was promised to be fake. I am curious which one you thought, if either, but here's the deal, and the answer. The rubber band watch is the original Casio that I bought, and the non-rubber band watch is the official certified Casio USA, which means that this one that everyone said was fake in the comments actually had a better illuminator test than the original Casio. It does make me happy though, because the grand conclusion is that they're both legit. Both of them are real Casio F91Ws. It's just an unfortunate fact that Casio F91Ws have terrible lume. If you love the watch and you're willing to deal with it, buy one. I still stand by my point originally that if you had a budget of about $15 and you wanted a Casio, I would get this one, the 168, instead. The electroluminescence is wonderful, and this watch is gorgeous, and it does everything that these watches do. But nonetheless, if you love it, buy it. I've said this before, but one of my best friends has only this watch, and it's been with him to Tanzania, to Japan, to everywhere in between. So I know that there's a special place in many people's hearts for these watches. I'm just excited that neither of them are fake. The only bad news for me is I literally spent over $30 on one of them from Casio. This watch is not worth $30. You can get them between $10 and $15 all day. Good news for you, if you find a bargain on Amazon, there's a very high chance that you're getting a perfectly legitimate, non-counterfeit Casio. Thanks so much for watching. There's 2 new videos every week on this channel. It's the 1010 Club, and if you want to be a member of the club, really all you got to do is subscribe. If you want to get a heads up when the next video comes out, you just hit that bell icon, and next time you log on to YouTube, they'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.